Hey, doing a quick video. Just want to show you how you can put a Psa Dagger slide onto a Gen 5 frame. So this is just a old Glock 19 that I've had laying around. I got this when Gen 5 first came out. MOS system wasn't even out yet. The front slide serrations weren't a thing yet for Glock. Like I said, this is like a Gen 1, Gen 5, if you will. So this thing's been an absolute workhorse. I couldn't tell you how many thousands of rounds are on it. I guess I'll show you. It is clear. So I was going to send it off to get milled, to have it cut and have front slide serrations. By the time I do that, I can just get a new slide that's already cut from PSA with, iron sights, suppressor height iron sights that co-witness through the optics. So I figured, hey, I'd give it a shot. I couldn't find much online at the time to see if it was even feasible to put a Gen 3 slide onto a Gen 5 frame. And the good news is that it is in fact possible. There are just a couple things that you have to purchase to make it possible. The first thing I did was buy an updated or a new backing plate from Strike Industries. So essentially it just allows the difference between Gen 3 and Gen 5 to be able to get this slide onto the rails. So it is the Polyflex SPB. It's just a polymer. It's nothing crazy. And then this here is an adapter plate for the recoil spring. I'll go ahead and take apart the Gen 5 and show you. As you can tell, the recoil springs between Gen 3 and Gen 5 are different. The Gen 5's a little thick. So essentially all you have to do to fit this onto the Gen 5 frame is you pop this out, you pop the recoil spring out, you've got your little adapter plate here, which just slides right in, and it closes the gap. And actually, let me just show you, the Gen 3 slides will fit on a Gen 5, so long as you change out this backing plate, and it will function. You won't have any issues. Again, it's clear. You just have this gap here. You have this weird little gap, and it's just not aesthetically pleasing. So, Strike came up with this cool thing. Like I said, this just slides into here. Let me see if I can get it on camera. It just fits right in. You then put your recoil spring back in there, and now the gap is closed, and it functions perfectly fine. The only thing I will say, since it is a Gen 3 slide and the Gen 5s have the ambi slide stop lever, whatever you want to call it, right? No, I can't remember the technical term, but you get what I'm saying. Certain magazines will not slide lock when you have an empty mag, when you run dry. So here's a Gen 5, like this is the stock mag that came with this Gen 5 19. Let's see if I can get it to do it. But, so empty slide, and if I just, see, it's gonna catch that time. Here's another Gen 5, we'll check this one too. See, it's not grabbing. It could be because the mag's worn out, but I think also it's just having trouble grabbing because there is no cutout on this side to stop the slide, to catch the slide. So when I first got it, I was noticing that I shot a couple IDPA matches and I wasn't getting slide lock. So easy remedy is if you get, I've had better luck with the Magpul mags. I hate these things. I think they're absolute garbage. You can see this one I've shaved down a little bit just to get it into spec so it can actually drop free. But I've noticed they will catch a little better. Like I said, this is a 17 length. It's a 17 rounder, but it just seems to grab. There's got to be some sort of difference here in the way the mags are constructed. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Also, what you can do with the Gen 5, and I've tried it, is taking, you can take just a Gen 3 slide stop, whatever you want to call it. I cannot remember. I'm going to put the technical term here in the video. But you can change it out so it's no longer ambi, and this isn't causing a problem, and it runs perfectly fine. But just wanted to show you guys, if you've got a spare factory Gen 5 Glock that doesn't have an optics cut and you want to slap an optic on something, it is feasible to essentially buy a dagger frame for the same price as sending it in to get milled. And then you don't have to cut your slide. And you can throw it on other Gen 3 frames and stuff. And yeah, just wanted to share.